What's up guys, it's Speed here, and today we're going to be talking about the best support for each rank. If you're playing Dota and you're a support player, you should know what hero works in your bracket, and a couple ideas that would allow them to grant you success. Yes, I'm going to be talking about each and every bracket, starting from Herald, going all the way to Immortal, and discussing what hero you should be picking depending on where you are, and discussing exactly why that is. Your team does not deserve your support, but holy crap, do they need it? At gameleap.com, we have hundreds of guides teaching you how the best support players in Dota secretly carry their games with awful teammates without them even knowing it. Start your climb through ranked as the hero of your team today by hitting the discount link to our special offer in the description down below. Now, of course, we're going to start at Herald. Now, I had a couple options here. Obviously, starting off the list, I want to go for a hero that I think is generally easy to execute and will give you a nice basis in getting into Dota, but still has scaling. These games last a long time. Herald games last a long time. All right, I don't see Herald games ending in 30 to 40. Sorry, 40 is pretty reasonable, but ending in like 20 to 30 minutes. It sounds unlikely to me. And as a result, what I'm recommending is you pick Warlock. Now, why is this? Well, you have one of the simplest laning stages in Dota. Warlock is a hero that naturally only needs to cast his heal on the carry. And so if you're not doing that, I don't know what you're doing. Just heal your carry. Stop using it so aggressive. You can, but more so heal your carry. And then you might be like, well, what do I do after the landing stage? Because a lot of the time, I can't set up a kill. I can't stun anyone. Unless I have my ultimate, I don't even feel like fighting. That's pretty reasonable. So what I recommend you do is, well, going back to the point, if you have your ultimate, go take a fight, right? Just try to kill anyone. That's about it. And then when you do not have it up, you have your maxed out Fatal Bonds, and you go cast it on creep waves. That's it. Just do that. Don't do anything else. Just walk up to creep waves, especially the mid lane if no one's taking it, and Fatal Bond it. Please. Take my word on that. Why only Warlock? A lot of heroes can do that, right, Speed? I mean, a lot of heroes can nuke mid. Well, Warlock has some of the best scaling in Dota. The games go 40 to 50 minutes, and as a result, if you have an Axe and a Refresher, you can simply take over the game. If you get your talent when the Warlock Golems have spell immunity, you run them at the throne or any tower, and they're essentially invincible. Unless the enemy team has, like, I don't know, the perfect hero, whatever it is, like Shen or something, I don't know. But regardless, broken in the late game. Warlock is one of the best late game supports in Dota. He's also one of the best team fighters in Dota, and all you have to do is click Fatal Bonds. That's it. You can't mess it up. If you mess that up, you're just, I don't know, just go play League. Sorry, no flame to League. Hashtag League. Next up, we have Guardian. So for Guardian, I said Ogre Magi. Once again, I think Ogre Magi, very easy landing stage. Purchase a Stout Shield, Tangos, a Mango, Wards, and a Courier, and then level your stun and walk at the enemy. In addition, then max out your Bloodlust. In combination with your stun, you should have your stun maxed out by 7, and at that point, you just cast your stun basically on anyone you can, right? And in the laning stage, I don't know how you can mess it up. Same thing with Warlock, like, that's it. Just do that. Just stun and hit them. Like, even if you aggro the creeps, I won't even care. Just pull afterwards if the lane's pushing and you'll be golden. Regardless, getting back on topic, similar to Warlock, I think this hero has some of the best scaling in Dota, right? Some of the best scaling in Dota. Ogre Magi, in general, if you buy a Midas and you get multicast, you legitimately can become a second core, maybe even the position 1 as Ogre Magi position 5. You can become the safe lane carry. Why is that? At level 10, you have a 90 GPM talent, and then you get a multicasted Midas. Come on, guys. If you can't get gold with that, I don't know, what's going on? Like, it's so easy. In addition, your role in team fights is just as easy. You walk in, you bloodlust your carries. Actually, I'm sorry, I should say it the other way around. You bloodlust your carries, you walk in, and you stun the first person you see. That's it, right? That's legitimately it. And then with your Midas, right, that you should basically be rushing, and you might think, Speed, don't incentivize Midas in my pubs. My games are hard already. Quiet, guys. Come on. Do your games really end? Do they really end this early in this bracket? Do they ever go like 20 minutes? Do they? I mean, let me know in the comment section down below if they do, but I really don't think so. If you're correct, my mind's going to be blown. Regardless, buy some stats, buy whatever it is, late game Hex, buy an Axe, and you're going to carry your team. Next up on Crusader, staying on the topic of easy to execute supports that can have a lot of impact when they scale, and we have Zeus. Now, why is Zeus so good? Zeus is so good because you just have to cast your spells. The only objective you should have on Zeus is to get an Aether Lens. That's it, get an Aether Lens, and then cast your spells on the enemy team. Please, just do that. In the laning stage, take your Bolt, take your second point in your passive, nuke the enemy, hold the camp, get XP, and farm lanes while your team is jungling, right? If you can do that, you're going to get many levels, right? You also have an XP gain talent at level 10, so if you can get a tome, you're going to get to that very quickly and continue scaling very rapidly and deal the most damage you could on basically any support in Dota. And as a result, yeah, I like Zeus and Crusader. I would even recommend him to Guardian and Herald players. There's been videos, I believe, on both Deboe and Alchemy's channel on this hero, so if you're looking to actually play him in depth, check those videos out. Once again, I think this hero is very good, can be played in any bracket actually right now, and is super easy to execute and follows the formula of a good solo queue support. Easy laning stage, just cast a bolt and pull, and then outside of that, you scale into the late game. Next up on the list, we have the Archon Bracket. And for this, I'm going to recommend Shaman, because I think at this point players are starting to get a better feel. I was considering putting this in Legend, but you know, you're starting to get the vibe of what's going on. And as a result, Shaman is probably the best solo carry support in Dota, only because you can take towers very reliably, right? Very reliably. No problem at all. If you can't take tech, you just gotta snake it. Just snake the tower. And you might be like, well, what if they can defend it? Then just go solo kill someone with snakes. It's really nice to play Shaman, and a lot of players get this wrong. They pick Shaman and they're like, I have 8 seconds of disable, I'm just gonna go run around with my team and get some kills. But no, you don't have to do that. You can play alone all game, max out your Ether Shock and nuke in waves and snake the tower. It's brutally effective in solo queue, because even if you end up dying 20 times in a match, most likely your team is going to get farmed. You're going to get farmed in a lot of levels because you're pushing in waves. Even if you're dying, you're going to be just as high or a higher level than the enemy supports, and you're going to take towers, so if they kill you, it's barely worth it. It's such a good formula. Split push as Shaman, guys, it works. You have to take my word on that. Do not show up and try to fight after fight after fight after fight. It doesn't work on Shaman. You're just going to die because you have 900 HP and low cast ranges. Next up on the list, we have Legend. And I'm going to say Dazzle for this one. Now, I understand, guys. Legion, Abaddon, very popular offlaners right now, and both of them have a purge for Poison Touch, which makes Dazzle and his Poison Touch not that effective. However, this is not always the case. You will not always see these heroes, and I recommend, if you do plan on picking Dazzle, to ban one of them out. Regardless, getting back to the point, why do I like Dazzle? He stays on the path of a support that can scale with his team and get very high CS if needed. Shadow Wave and your Bad Juju are two of the best abilities to push in waves, because you reduce the wave's armor, meaning it dies very quickly, and Shadow Wave near one-shots it. In addition, you can also use Poison Touch to push in the wave. And I'm going to go even as far to say that you can buy a Necro 1 legitimately buy a Necro 1 on Dazzle. Yes, you can buy a Necro 1 on Dazzle, and it works with the cooldown reduction with your ultimate, meaning you consistently farm, you get the mana regen, you're pretty tanky, and they continue refreshing Poison Touch. So in a team fight, you can put Poison Touch on any support, run your Necros at them, and there's a high chance they will lose the majority of their HP, and if not, die. But yeah, once again, this laning stage is a bit harder. Dazzle, you kind of have to know how to kite in and out of the trees. You have to know how to move around a little bit better so you don't get caught out of position, because you do have to continue refreshing Poison Touch to get the maximum value out of the spell. But this can often put you out of position, and as a result, you have to have a generally good understanding of laning mechanics and positioning to make it work, which is why I put this more towards the higher end of ranks. No offense to everyone else, but once again, you do have a lot of active spells in the fights that are a bit hard to use and unclear of when to use them, but I recommend you try to scale with items. And I know that sounds crazy, but Dazzle, similar to Ogre Magi, farms brutally fast, almost faster than any other support in the game. Next up on the list, we have Ancient, and I'm going to be recommending Crystal Maiden. Now, why Crystal Maiden? I just think this hero is really good right now, to a large extent. You can first pick it, and it's going to have value, basically no matter what, because, you know, you're giving mana, you're just giving mana. You're just giving mana. It's good. You're giving mana. CM gives mana. In addition, in your laning stage, guys, for everyone watching this video, if you're a support player and you're picking CM, no matter what bracket you're in, stop taking Frostbite level 1. Guys, don't take Frost. Do you know what your role is at level 1 on CM? It's not the Frostbite, people. It's the secure range creep so that your carries don't have to overcommit. And hopefully at the Ancient bracket, they'll begin to understand this, and you should communicate to them, hey man, I'm going to be nuking the range creep so you don't have to take damage going for it. And as a result, you secure it, you hit the enemy as well, reduce their attack speed and their movement speed, and it's a big win. Do not take Frostbite. It is not good for that. Yes, it's a high damage spell. It's higher damage than Crystal Nova. But Crystal Nova, you can hit 2 people and do the previous action I just mentioned. Now, CM doesn't necessarily have the best, like, not scaling abilities. You scale fantastic. If you get a BKB on CM, your team fight impact can be the best on your team, potentially, which is why this hero is so fun for me when I'm playing pubs. It's just one of those heroes where if you position correctly and get off your spells, you deal an insane amount of damage. It is ridiculous. Also, you counter out certain heroes so hard, like Slark. If he goes on you, you just ulti, 20 armor, easy money. Lycan, you can do fine, Troll. Any of these PA, you can actually survive because of your ultimate armor. It's really, really nice. In addition, you have Frostbite to deal with all of them. But regardless, going back to the point, you can push out waves, you scale pretty well, and you notice I'm not recommending certain heroes, like, for instance, Winter Wyvern. He's not going to be on this list, guys, and I'm just pointing this out and saying this in the video because I think it's important. Do I think Winter Wyvern is a bad hero? No, he can push out waves, defend towers, and stall the game. I think there's a lot of value in the hero. It's one of my favorites in solo queue, but using his ultimate is brutally difficult, which is why I don't really recommend these heroes. It's hard. Now, getting on to the Divine bracket, we have one of the most broken supports in Dota, and that is Coddle. Like, this hero is so easy. Does Coddle lose? Have you lost a game as Coddle, guys? I honestly haven't. It's, like, so rare. Because all you have to do is Blinding Light in laning stage and give people mana. You're kind of like CM. You give people mana. But you also reduce any cooldown, any main cooldown, by 7 seconds when it's maxed out. A Terrorblade could have Metamorphosis on cooldown, and you can give him Chakra Magic and reduce it. I don't understand. Verse 7. In addition, I mean, that last patch is just genuinely comical. Like, even though it was a long time ago, it's still just comical. 30 to 14. I can't get over that. I don't think there's ever been a patch that made a number 30 and then 14 afterwards. It just hasn't happened. It has not happened. Also, your ultimate is just easy. Like, just throw it down in the fights and it's just going to control everyone. It's so broken. It's actually so broken. And then if anyone gets gone on, not only do you just ulti from a gajillion cast range away with your cast range talent, but then you Blinding Light, no one dies, you do a ton of damage, you reduce people's cooldown, and you make people who run out of mana have mana. It's so good. And finally, for the last bracket in Dota, we have the hero that had over a 60% win rate in the Immortal bracket for a period of time, and that is Shen. Now, there's a reason I'm saying Shen in Immortal. Can you play Shen in lower MMR brackets? Yes, actually, it can be pretty good if you are very good at micro and understand how to win lane. If you're a good lane player, then Shen can be viable. Otherwise, if you're not, don't play him because you're not going to get value out of the hero. Going back to the point, Shen, Immortal bracket, very good combo. You sustain essentially any lane. If you get a Harpy creep or like the Snowball lady in the small camp, whatever her name is, Hilda, and you auto-attack people with Hilda, you do a lot of damage. It's super good. In addition, in mid-game team fights, if you rush a mech, like, which is no boots mech, which is what all the pros are going, you just heal people for like 600, 700 HP, everyone, like every hero. It's not really that fair. In addition, if you stand next to anyone in the laning stage, even if they don't have a tango going, they have 4.9 regen approximately, like basically 5 on the majority of heroes. How is that fair? It's so easy to play this hero when you get higher and higher, and laning stage and things like sustaining and kiting matter more and more. And when your micro skills get to a very legitimate level, the hero can just stun lock someone for 8 seconds if you're good enough. 8 seconds, that's a big number, guys. 8 seconds is bigger than 7, which is a very big number as well. But all jokes aside, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to help our channel grow. I would greatly appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Do you want to carry your games, but always find yourself stuck in the support role? On gameleap.com, we have the tools you need to take control of your games as a Pause 4 and Pause 5. With hundreds of guides covering hero specifics and key concepts like ganking and lane control, GameLeap is the place to unlock your potential as a support player. Hit the link on screen right now to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount.